Hello beautiful people and welcome back to day 16 of Cole's Christmas Countdown. Today we're going to be ranking my 2024 palette purchases into 4 categories. We've got number 1, I'm obsessed. Number 2, I like it, I don't love it. Number 3 is meh. And number 4 is bye Felicia. So I'm going to rank everything that I've got today. We had a really good year for palettes. There's very, very few that have made it into the bye Felicia category and only a couple in the meh category. So I'm very pleased about that. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. First, we have the Lynn's Makeup collab with Blend Bunny and Glisten. Both of these are going in number 1. I'm obsessed. This is the Glisten side of the palette. And then this is the Blend Bunny side of the palette. I thought I would wish there was more shimmers in here, but actually I really love it. Beautiful Blend Bunny quality. As always, you know I adore a Glisten eyeliner. These are beautiful. I love them. I think it's such a cool collab. I love the artwork. I love the fact the palettes are magnetic. Absolutely. Oh, I do not love the fact it just hit me in the face. But other than that, that's absolutely going in obsessed. Okay, Beauty Bay Mini Charms. This is a really beautiful palette, very affordable for kind of shimmery, sparkly shades. For me, this is going in. I like it, but I don't love it. It's a beautiful formula. I'm just not that big on all shimmer palettes. I kind of forget to reach for them. Even though these are beautiful, I feel like I've forgotten to reach for these. But if you are like a one and done shadow person, I think you'll be absolutely obsessed with this. And the colours are beautiful. I just have to remember to use it. Okay, this one's heavily featured on my channel in the past month. This is Cosmic Brushes 'Tis the Season. This is a Quality Street dream. This one is going in obsessed. As always with Cosmic, I love the formula, but this one, the colour story is just so fun. I really love it. Didn't think I was going to like the nude row as much as I do, but I've got a four looks video coming with this one, and I actually really enjoyed the nude look I did. Okay, apparently we're just picking all the ones I'm obsessed with currently. This is Glaminatrix Cosmetics Pretty Pastels. This is my favourite pastel palette I've tried in a very, very long time. I think it's so versatile. I love the fact you've got the deepening shades. I just love this palette. I cannot wait for spring so I can pull this one out and basically make it my predominant child. But I love the Glaminatrix formula. The pastels are beautiful, aren't too white based, so they really, really show up. It's just a beautiful palette. I love that one. It's going in obsessed. God. Another one for obsessed. This is Kaima Cosmetics Bougie Boudoir. This is without doubt my favourite neutral palette of the year. This is so gorgeous. The shimmers are so high intensity. The mattes are beautiful. They blend so nicely. I think it's a really great like festive colour story, but just in general, I think it's an incredible kind of glam neutral palette, and it's one of my favourites. I would say this gets into the top 3 for me this year. Okay, Undine Solmana 2. I like this one. I don't love it. It's going in category number 2. It's a really pretty colour story. I like the mix of the purples and the yellows. It's a really nice one. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's pretty. Have I reached for it loads and loads? No. Do I like it and am I going to continue to use it? Yes. And I think this one has got the good Owens Eye shimmer formula in, which I always love to see. Right, okay, Groundwork 2 from Danessa Myricks. I was so excited to pick this one up. This is what they call it, Blooming Romance. Again, this is going in, I like it, I don't love it. I really love the different textures. It's a really interesting palette. Just for me, it's a pain because it doesn't have the shimmers. Maybe I should pull these two together. maybe that would work. But it's a really beautiful palette. I love the textures in it. I love the fact you can use it like as blush as well. The cream is like a really interesting texture. I really enjoy using it. And yeah, it's a really beautiful palette, and one, again, I'm going to continue to get some use out of. It's just not an absolute love. Okay, back on the absolute loves. Beauty Moon Ice Maiden. This is another one of my top 3 from the year. This is gorgeous, pastel-y, duochrome-y, shifty shades. I did do a look on my channel with this one. If I've done a look on my channel with any of these, I'm going to link them all below. It's gorgeous. These shimmers are just so out of this world to die for. I love this one. I think Beauty Moon really, really stepped up their formula, because there is another one of their palettes in here that it's not great, let's just face it. So yes, love that one of my top 3. Okay, Silvery Bells from Maiden's Eye. I really like this one. It's going in number 2. I like it. I don't love it. It's a really, really nice festive colour story, a bit dark, a bit smoky. Beautiful shimmers in here. I really like this one. Very good Maiden's Eye quality. But for me, Rosy Jingles has got to go in the meh category. I don't love this one. I really like the colour story. I think it's a really beautiful colour story. I just find some of these just a little bit lacking. This shade Toffee, I still don't know how to say it. It's got like hard pan on it. Yeah, it's not the best of the Odin's Eye formula. I think that's the problem with Odin's Eye for me. I find their formula to be so all over the place. Okay, I feel like it's time to delve into the only one that gets put in by Felicia. These are being decluttered after this. You'll know what these are if you've watched my disappointing products. Made by Mitchell, the quads. So we have Little Pinky, and these are all going in meh because I don't like any of them. We've got Keep 'em Green. We've got Grey Girlfriend, which this pan falls out, so I'm just going to hold that there. And then we've got Blue Your Mind. These mattes are patchy, don't blend well. The shimmers are just lackluster, even for like a normal metallic. I don't like these. I also don't like the packaging. It's too big to store for a little 4-pan quad. I think it's really cute how they're all like coordinated by colour, but to be honest, this for me was like the limit with Made by Mitchell eyeshadows. I will not be buying them again unless one gets absolutely rave reviews. Okie dokie, one of my favourites of the year. This is Carla Cosmetics Sleepy Head Quad. This doesn't quite make it into the top 3, but it absolutely makes it into the obsessed category. This is the shade Sleepy Head. It's the most beautiful duochrome, incredible shade. I love this palette. I think the pop of blue's great. It's a very like cohesive one look palette. And I really enjoy it. This other shimmer shade as well, which is Chill, is like a beautiful greeny blue shimmer. Absolutely gorgeous. Love this one so much. 100% going on obsessed. Right, let's do the rest of the Cosmic Brushes launches from this year. We've got 4 more palettes. Undergrowth. Absolutely love this one. This is without doubt going in obsessed. I love a grungy, murky green colour story. This one is just a dream. Beautiful formula. All these Cosmic Brushes ones have a beautiful formula. I'm more ranking these for the colour stories, and I love this one. Sinister comes in it. I love it. I like it, sorry, but I don't love it. I don't like this ghost shade. I don't even want to touch it. It's a really pretty colour story, just not one I'm going to reach for all the time. I feel like if you're into like very deep vampy makeup, you'll really love this one. But for me, that's like a every now and again kind of vibe for me. Cool Trolls is also going to go in I like it, but I don't love it. It's a really beautiful cool toned blue palette. just a bit grey for me. The blues are almost quite muted. It's not my favourite from Cosmic. I like it. Again, I don't love it. And then going in Meh, purely for the colour story, is Neutrals. This is a very warm brown colour story. I like the yellows, but some of the browns are just, for me, they're just such basic shades. I feel like this is going to be great if you love a warm eye, but for me, I only sort of love this row, which is the yellows and the kind of greeny neutrals. Everything else is just a bit, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I like it. I will use it again, but it's not one that I would, if it disappeared, I wouldn't rush out to buy it again. Even though I am a completionist, I think it would upset me that a bit of my Cosmic collection was missing. Okay, I think, yes, this is the third in my top 3. Artitude Metamorph. Absolutely going in obsessed. I love this palette. This is such a me colour story. If I were to design a palette, it would look something like this, maybe minus the brown. These shimmers are incredible. This purple duochrome is just the most intense, like royal purple to green I've ever seen. It's so gorgeous. You can tell Rook's worked really hard on this one. I love it. The pastels are beautiful. The darker mattes blend really well. We have got like a replacement for this shade Hybrid because the formula that Rook's approved didn't end up in the final palette due to some like issues with communication. So she sent us the dark blue out separately with the palette. It's beautiful. I love it. Without doubt going in my top 3. Okay, Blend Buddy Sickly Sweet. This one for me is going in I like it, I don't love it. It's not my most favourite pastel palette. Some of the pastel shades are kind of too white, and for me, because I'm so pale, they just kind of look white on the skin, basically. Like that's Buttercream, which is the lighter one, and Sugar High, which is the slightly more yellow one. But when I blend these out on the skin, they just disappear, to be honest, because I am the colour of a ghost. I really do like it. Great Blend Buddy formula, but there's just other palettes that sort of came above this one, and I knew I liked better. Speaking of liking them better, Blend Bunny Low is going in obsessed. I love this colour story. Again, kind of similar to the Metamorph colour story, actually. This is a very, very me colour story. Lots of deep jewel tones, beautiful shimmers, a bit of pastel. I love it. I love, love, love this one. If they ever discontinue this one, I swear to God, I'm going to start an absolute riot. Okay, a new indie brand. This is by us, Garden Busters. This one is going in. I like it. I don't love it. I really like the formula. I just think this colour story is just it's a bit strange. There's not really a whole lot to blend into anything. For me, there's probably too many shimmers. There's the same amount of shimmers as there is mattes. I like the palette. I will use it. I have used it a couple of times. I like to use the green and the blue and the purple together. But it's not the best colour story in the world for me. I do really like the formula though. As I said, there was going to be another Beauty Moon Cosmetics palette in here. This is the Once Upon a Time palette. This is going in Meh, only because some of these shades are really, really lacking. I love the purple and I love this medium pink, but this deeper pink is just, it just blends out to nothing, and this green is just not pigmented enough for me. Some of these shimmers are beautiful. This one's the shade Villain, which is like a duochrome, but it's just, I think this probably would have come in at, I like it, I don't love it, until I tried the Ice Maiden, and then I was like, this is just not the formula that Beauty Moon can do. So yeah, I like it, I'm going to use it, I'm going to keep it, but it is a bit of a meh one. Okay, last but not least, I have some Beauty Bay palettes. Botanical is going in number 2. I like it, I don't love it. It's a very, very like fall colour story for me. I quite like the fact it's in sort of quads. There's sort of a bit of everything in each of the colours they've gone for in here. It's just not my favourite of all the Beauty Bay palettes. I don't love it. But I do like it very much. Beauty Bay formula is gorgeous as always. Again, these are very much kind of ranked for their colour stories rather than their actual formula. Celestial Charms. I think I'm going to put this one in Myth. I don't feel like this palette is balanced enough for me personally. I feel like it's massively missing like a medium transition shade. There's lots of darks. I feel like these two purples, this one here and this one here, are very, very similar. I don't think it needed both of them. I think we could have gone for like a nice like mauvey, slightly kind of lighter than this shade, because this is pretty much the lightest blending shade other than Luna, which is just like a cream shade. I feel like they could have gone for like a very kind of mid-tone to lighter edge kind of mauvey colour, and that would have worked a little bit better. So it's going in Meh. I really like the formula. I really like the looks I've created with this one. I just feel like it's just lacking a little bit. Oop, and now we've thrown it on the floor. Okay, and the last two. These are two big £42 palettes. This one, Smoky, is going in number 2. I recently ranked all my Beauty Bay palettes. I really like this one. I just don't wear it often enough to put it any higher. I think it's a really great smoky palette if that's kind of all you wear. There's some really great tones, some really interesting tones. It's not just like that grey colour. So I like it. I don't love it. And then when I did the ranking, I said about getting Rich. This was actually on £10 on Black Friday, so I jumped at it. I really like this one. Again, it's going in number 2. I like it. I don't love it. Does it need to be this big? Probably not. There are what I feel like some quite like repeat shades, like these 4 here. To me, just they're so similar. You really don't need all of them. But I do really like this palette. I think it's a beautiful kind of, like the name suggests, a rich brown palette. And I think some people would absolutely adore it. I really enjoy like this shimmer called Garnet and this shimmer called Spritz. These are both really pretty. Yeah, I like it. I don't love it. And then the final one, which I've just realised I've not got here, is Beauty Bay Reckless Romance. This was their Valentine's palette this year. That's going in Met. I didn't really like that one. To be honest, the Beauty Bay £16 releases this year, I've been really on the fence about. Like, I absolutely loved the releases the year before, the Retro Love. I loved the Love Notes palette. I loved the New Romantic palette. But I feel like they've just been going too dark lately. And I think for me, it's just missed the mark a little bit. So let me know, have you tried any of these palettes? If you have, what did you think of them? Do you agree with my rankings? Do you think I'm talking absolute rubbish and you love the Made by Mitchell quads, or you do not like Metamorph from Artitude Cosmetics? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe, and if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you next time I post. You've been fabulous. I've been Cole the Ball, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Cole's Christmas Countdown. Bye!